Good day, everyone. I would like to give you a brief about our Data and Methodology Workstream, led by Agnes and myself, Sikulile, supported by the postdoctoral fellows, Samuel and David. And of course, you know the team that is leading the APCC. And in the context of the APCC, we are contributing towards the development of a blueprint. We are in the formative phase. And during this phase, we doing scoping reviews related to data standards, in particular of different cohorts, just to learn, to identify appropriate stakeholders, to come up with how do we contribute to the blueprint in terms of data standards that are being used, and what would be our recommendation for the African Population Cohorts Consortium, with all lessons being learned from various cohorts being there, and of course contribute to a viable product of the blueprint. So in terms of data, we look at data in many aspects, in terms of environmental data, social and political contexts, but as well as we have omics data. And we also have, besides these types of data that we collect, we have complex array of data that is derived either from the specimens, be it human genomics, pathogen genomics, or microbial or vector kind of data. And related to this data is the metadata standards that we are looking at. And of course, within the context of data sharing principles and processes, legislative frameworks, is the data findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. And this is an important one. And some of the standards, just to give you a taste, is we're looking at data transport and content standards that are being used in these cohorts. And also we are looking at data and terminology and security standards that are being used. We are also reviewing metadata standards related to pathogen genomic data, biobanking standards that are being used and applied in different cohorts, of course, virus omics related data, and also looking at to the extent in which some of the guidelines that are out there, like the H3 Africa ethno-linguistic omics clinical and biobanking guidelines, are being used. So during the scoping review, we are looking at how these are being used, the standards that exist, consolidating these to come up with very good tools that can be available. Of course, we are not reinventing the wheel. We will use available standards. We will use these to guide how data and standards can be used in African cohorts. Of course, during our workshops, we'll engage colleagues how to identify the gaps that are there to come up with recommendations that can be included in the blueprint. Thank you.